The Alfa Romeo 8C Competizione is a sports car produced by Italian automaker Alfa Romeo between 2007 and 2010. It was first presented as a concept car at the 2003 Frankfurt Motor Show and later released for sale for the 2007 model year. The name refers to the 8-cylinder engine and Alfa Romeo's racing pedigree. Alfa received over 1,400 orders for the 8C after the official announcement that the car would enter production. However, only 500 customers ended up with the 8C Competizione and another 500 with the 8C Spider. 2003 concept car. The 8C Competizione was introduced at the Frankfurt Motor Show in 2003. The lines of the twin-seater are meant to echo the styling of Alfas of the 1950s and 1960s, and the Competizione name is a reference to the 1948 6C 2500 Competizione, which competed in the 1949 and 1950 Mille Miglia race and came third both times. It was in the latter of these two races that the car was driven by Juan Manuel Fangio and Augusto Zainardi. It won the 1950 Targa Florio. A 3.0-litre prototype was built but not produced. These 6C 2500 models were among the last vehicles with links to the pre-war cars. 2007 production version. During the Mondial de l'Automobile 2006, Alfa Romeo announced the production of a limited series of 500 units of the 8C Competizione. The production version is very similar to the concept. The biggest difference to the exterior being the rear-hinged hood. Other minor changes included the front lights, which used xenon lamps, a standard wiper system, a mesh side vent, and the rims, which had a design that mimicked the clover leaf logo. The car came standard in Alfa Red or Black. Pearl Yellow and the special Competition Red were also available as an option. Paint-upon sample colors were also available for an additional charge. Therefore, the 8CS were produced in a wide range of colors including white, Maserati range, Fuji white, blue Avio, blue Oceano, Ferrari range, blue Pozzi, Venezia, and special Alfa Romeo historic color Grigio Nuvolari. The body shell is made of carbon fiber, produced by ATIA Group. The carbon fiber body is fitted to a steel chassis, made by Italian company ITCA Produzione. The final assembly takes place at the Maserati factory in Modena, Italy. An 8C Competizione was featured on the main sculpture at the 2010 Goodwood Festival of Speed. One of the two remaining Alfa Romeo P2S was also part of the display. Powertrain. The car uses a modified Maserati platform and powertrain and features a Ferrari Maserati-derived 90-degree cross-plane wet-sump lubricated 4.7-litre V8 assembled by Ferrari. The top engine performance figures may be summarized as a maximum power of 331 kilowatts at 7,000 revolutions per minute, a peak torque of 480 Nm at 4750 rpm with an engine readline of 7500 rpm and rev limiter of 7600 rpm. The V8 engine has variable timing intake valves and compression ratio of 11.3. The 6 Euro-speed transaxle gearbox has computerized gear selection by means of levers behind the steering wheel and may be used in manual normal, manual sport, automatic normal, automatic sport and wet modes. The gearbox can shift in 175 milliseconds when using sport mode. The 8C also has a limited slip differential. Performance. It is fitted with specially developed 20-inch tires, 245/35 at the front and 285/35 at the rear, fitted on perforated rims and fluid-molded aluminium. The 8C brakes have been called phenomenal by Road and Track magazine, with a stopping distance of 32 meters, when traveling at an initial speed of 97 km per hour. The official top speed is announced to be 292 km per hour, but it might be higher, with estimations that it could be around 306 km per hour according to the Road and Track magazine. An Alfa Romeo engineer also stated that it is faster than the announced top speed. Production numbers, markets and notable owners. The 8C was built in a limited production run of 500 units, and Alfa Romeo originally earmarked the entire production among several specified markets. The entire production of 500 cars quickly sold out. The 8C marked Alfa Romeo's return to the American markets in 2008, after withdrawing in 1995. The first 8C was delivered to an Italian customer in October 2007. The first American market 8C was seen in November 2008, wearing 001 USA registration plates. The car was purchased by film director and stock exchange magnate James Glickenhaus, also known for being the owner of the bespoke Enzo-based Ferrari P4/5. The 8C's production run was completed by the end of 2008. The last Alfa Romeo 8C Competizione was delivered to the United States to an Italian-American collector from the Boston area. One of the first 8Cs delivered in Europe and the first in the Netherlands was delivered to Dutch Prince Bernhard Lucas Emmanuel. Fiat CEO Sergio Marchionne owns both an 8C Competizione and an 8C Spider. Fiat president and owner John Elkann also owns an 8C Competizione in a special livery called Blue Oceano, which is part of the Maserati color range. To buy a model of Alfa's newest creation, customers faced a starting price in Italy of €165,000 while in the UK it retailed at £120,000. However, where the price was significantly marked up was in the US market where the 8C retailed at $259,000. Racing version. The possibility of an official racing version of the 8C was first hinted at in 2006, within the computer game Squadra Corse Alfa Romeo, developed by Black Bean Software in collaboration with the automaker. A racing version of the car was included. Alfa Romeo later announced that they were preparing to race the 8C in events such as Le Mans, Daytona and Sebring. It is expected that race version chassis will be made by Dallara. As of 2009, the 8C has not been raced by a factory-sponsored team. 8C Spider, 2005 Spider concept. At the 2005 Pebble Beach Concours d'Elegance, Alfa Romeo unveiled the 8C Spider, a roadster version of the Competizione Coupe copyright. The Spider concept was built by Carrozzeria Marazzi. Production of the 8C Spider was confirmed by Sergio Marchionne on September 25, 2007. It was announced that the Spider would be built in a 500-unit production run and would cost around $227,000 more than the coupe version. 2008 production version. The production version was unveiled at the 2008 Geneva Motor Show. Production of the 8C Spider began in 2009, in Modena, with Maserati in charge of building the cars. As previously announced, 500 cars were built, each priced at $199,000 excluding taxes. 35 of 500 Spiders went to the United States. In the United States the 8C Spider started at a price of $299,000. In the October 2011 issue of Evo the 8C Spider won the title of the best-sounding car. Alfa Romeo claims that the 8C Spider's top speed is 290 km/h. Which makes it slightly slower than the Coupe copyright version. The brakes on the Spider are Brembo carbon ceramic units. The Spider has a two-layer electrically operated fabric roof. The windshield frame is made of carbon fiber to try to maintain a 50/50 weight distribution. References. External links: Alfa Romeo 8C Competizione, Alfa Romeo 8C Spider.